Sure.
Yeah. Hey guys, Vincent Wayne here for Slash Gear. I got Jeff. Jeff's going to give us a quick walkthrough of CUE, Cadillac User Experience System.
All right. So we start with CUE. We start with an 8-inch fully capacitive touchscreen. This is a multi-point touch capacitive touchscreen. So what it means, it's similar to what we always use in our everyday lives, tablets or iPhones. So if I browse on the screen here, get myself, let's say, into like a long song list, I can drag down the side. I can flick within the list. I can find, drag up and down within the list. And once this thing is done indexing, it's pulling in all my data right now, which is what that's doing in the corner there. I'll actually get an A to Z list down here. So if I'm in F and I want to get to T, just press the letter T and I can fly right to that spot in the list. So that is the start of CUE based on our full capacitive touchscreen. What's different about this capacitive touchscreen, pinch and spread also supported on this for a map, zoom in and zoom out using your pinch and spread, so very intuitive interface. What's different about this touchscreen that's not the same with your phone or your tablet is you're always looking at your tablet when you're playing with it, so you always know it's responding to you. We've put in something in CUE called haptic feedback. It's a pulse you get on your finger when you're interacting with the system. We put it over the entire surface of the display and the controls, so that when you touch either anywhere on the display or on the controls, you'll feel the pulse, and that pulse will tell you that CUE is responding to your interaction. Our third key technology here in CUE is what we call reveal on approach proximity sensing. It's the same thing used on your iPhone or your Android phone. When you make a call and you hold the phone up to your ear, the way your phone doesn't end the call with your ear's contact on the surface, it detects it's held up to your ear by this proximity sensing and disables the touchscreen. We use it in a different way, and I'm going to ask you to focus on the touchscreen here. We have a very clean, elegant, uncluttered interface. As I approach the screen, but before I get to it, CUE comes to life. It recognizes that I'm going to interact with it and gives me the necessary controls to interact with the system at that time. Our next technology that we've brought in is we've changed our architecture. We actually put this thing on the most bus for high-speed communications between the cluster and the center stack. When we did that, we freed up what is traditionally the space where a big silver box would exist in a car. And what we did by doing that, we enabled a very nice, lighted, motorized storage bin with a lighted USB port in there. We have other USB ports and SD card slots in our center console here, but this is obviously prominent in premier storage within the vehicle. As you hold, you'll feel the pulse, and then it will close.
Okay. That's a nice little secret compartment. This is nice where the wire comes out.
Yes, and we made
nice touch.
We did that because we thought of, a lot of people are using tablets now, and tablets aren't going to fit in there. Obviously, your phone fits in there easily, but that way, if you have a tablet, you want to put it on the seat, passenger seat in front of you, you can do that and close the cord right in the.
Does it charge while I'm plugged in?
It does charge. It actually provides up to 1 amp of charging, so it has no problem supporting, the latest devices with charging as well. So I'll move you on to the cluster and the steering wheel controls if I can. What we've done, and I talked about Most 50 and our ability to high-speed communicate between both the cluster and the center stack. So on the steering wheel here, I'm going to point to the right side controller. This is a 4-way with center select video game type controller. And as you see, as I'll interact with the cluster, I'm going to go right to left. I'm changing what's in the cluster from right to left. Once I'm inside of something, I can actually remote browse my iPod within the cluster. If I hold down, I will actually get myself, I'm indexing, sorry. I won't get myself into an alpha acceleration. Because I'm indexing, if I was done indexing, I would get myself into an alpha acceleration. I can show you that here when we're done. But I can actually choose a song and actually begin to play that song while I'm going here. I can do that also for phone. So I showed you what do I want to take you through? Sorry, I want to remember. I want to take you through the cluster.
Okay.
And I want to take you through favorites and the application tray.
Okay.
So, start is okay?
Yep.
Okay, so the next thing I want to show you is the idea of how we have this 4-way controller with center select and how we can control functions in CUE using this 4-way controller and center select. So what we have is we can go from side to side in the cluster and create an active area for putting your driver information like your speed or your trip odometer or your fuel economy. But in the center largest area, we give you the ability to control music, phone, or navigation controls. So I can actually from here, by entering center select, go down to music search. I can remote browse my iPod. So I can go into artists, And if I have a long list and I press and hold down, you'll see an alpha acceleration come up that allows me to quickly get to where I want to go and then eventually choose a song from where I am. I can do the same thing for a list of phone contacts and initiate a phone call, or also get my turn-by-turn instructions in the cluster as well. Is that okay? Okay, now I'm going to take you this way.
All right.
All right. All right, so some of the... You're good? You guys okay? So, we've designed CUE to be intuitive for the user. It can be as simple as getting in and going to an AM, FM, XM radio station, just controlling your volume, or you can go as far as full customization of CUE. And what do I mean by that? So in this audio screen, you're going to see something at the top of the screen, what we refer to as our application tray. It's a quick pick tray that allows you to quickly switch between applications in CUE, so I can quickly get to the phone screen and the same 5 things are up there. Same thing with navigation as well. What I can do is if I go to the home screen, just like I would customize something on a phone or a tablet, press and hold on the phone screen, I get into an edit mode. Let's say I'm a big Pandora user, but I really don't, I don't care about the weather much. I can pull the weather out of the application tray, drag Pandora up into the application tray. Now when I exit my screen and I go into an audio control, now Pandora is one of those that's always available to me. So we limit that to 5, but that's purposeful. 5 easy to quick pick, applications that I can get between without being distracted or having to go back to the home screen to get to where I want to be. Well, customization I want to show you in CUE is the idea of favorites. Favorites in traditional systems are AM, FM, or XM radio stations, and that's all. In CUE, we've made the idea of favorites anything you want it to be in CUE. So we can have AM, FM, XM radio stations as we show here. Let's say I want Hinder. I have to wake up every morning and listen to Hinder as a band. If I press and hold on this favorite here, I'll have the option of saving the artist, the album, the song, or the genre as a favorite. So I'll save the artist and now Hinder as a favorite. So anytime I press that, it will create a playlist of Hinder on the fly. We can do that for artists, albums, songs, playlists, genres, phone numbers, phone contact cards to bring up the contact information for the person with that phone number. We can create it for navigation destinations they have up here already. We can create it for something like Starbucks as a POI category. So if I press that, it'll find all the nearest Starbucks to me. I can do it even for things like if I'm on XM radio. A popular thing to do obviously is tag songs in your XM radio. That was in the menu I just went in. Instead of having that be in the menu, I can go in this menu, pull up my favorite and say, say I want to save tag song as a favorite. Exit out of here, and now tag song is available to me on the first layer of screen anytime I want. We can save up to 60 favorites. We can show up to 15 at a time on multiple pages. Or I can bring it back down to showing a single row, or I can hide them in their entirety as well, and then just go between the rows. Is that okay? All right. The last thing I want to show you as a key technology, when you do it, get close to those guys,
okay,
and you'll see it recognized.
Look at that. Can you see it?
Yeah, you can see it.
Oh my God, that's like...
Or get close to that car and it'll recognize that car.
Will it?
Yeah, I'll give you like a little exclamation point and your seat will vibrate. Keep going.
Are you sure, man?
Yeah.
Will it stop me?
No, you don't have that brake hand. That's why keep going, you're okay. Keep going, keep going. Keep going.
I'm getting kind of nervous here because I can't see it.
I can see it. I can see it. You're okay.
Okay.
Are you feeling it?
Yeah, I'm feeling it.
Okay, yep.
Oh my gosh, that's so funky.
So as you get closer,
it's proximity,
right?
Here,
it's
telling me.
If you want to go do this again, I'll let you hold it. Just put it in reverse and keep it in reverse. Let me get out, and I'll show you. It'll recognize me as I walk behind the car.
You're not allowed back in here.
So did you feel? Did you see the exclamation point?
And the seats were vibrating.
The seats vibrating. Yeah. So it recognized that I was like, it was like rear cross traffic. It saw me coming.
Wow, I didn't see that coming. It's like this is a dangerous area. And at what point does it start coming up here again?
Like vibrating? You
Yeah.
would have to get a little closer to them, probably.
Because I'm in the red already.
It doesn't see them yet, so you're pretty far.